Hello and welcome to the trade setup. In this video we are looking at Halozyme Therapeutics. This was a stock analysis request from one of the followers, and I wanted to let you know that anyone can make these requests and I will most likely cover them, especially if there is an actionable trade setup to follow. Now in the case of this chart, we have quite a choppy structure, yeah? This seems quite difficult to interpret, but it actually isn't as bad as it looks really, because I believe pretty easily we can consider this an initial wave 1 up, yeah? Here we have a wave 1, a wave 2, correction down here, and then in the larger wave 3 to the upside, where, yeah, we are tracking a leading diagonal, of course. There is no other way on this chart. But within the larger third wave, I am looking for an ABC structure to unfold, or possibly to have even unfolded, yeah? There is a realistic possibility we may have a top. I prefer that we get at least one more high, however, and in that case, I would label this structure to the upside as an ABC pattern unfolding, and let's even change the degree. And within this wave C, I have two options. I could consider this a wave 1, a wave 2, and this a wave 3, and then this could be a fourth and a fifth. But then this fifth wave, I would like it for it to still extend a little higher in an ABC structure itself, because yeah, this wave C also an ending diagonal, a diagonal pattern as well. But what I actually prefer, my preferred interpretation, what the structure suggests to me that is the most likely, is the idea that this is a 1, this is a 2, this is a third wave up, we are looking for a fourth wave correction, and then we still need a fifth wave to follow. And in that case, we could allow for a count to look something like this, within which, yeah, let's change the degree here as well, within which I'm looking for support in the area between the $51.7 level all the way down to the $25.7 level. And in this case, we do have at quite a few of these levels some structural support that does seem quite significant, at least here on the larger perspective, on the larger time frame. We have the 23.6% retracement structural support zone here, the 38.2% retracement, some quite strong structural support in this area as well, and at the 50% retracement, probably the strongest of all of these. So this is generally an area of pretty high likelihood, at least for a decently significant relief rally, if not a continuation here to new all-time highs. Now, it is true that within this correction we can expect quite deep retracements. We are still quite far away from any of these levels at this point. Yeah, the closest is at over 20% to the downside, and in that case we could still consider, however, a continuation from higher levels. As I was mentioning, there is an alternate count where I could consider a 1, 2, 3, fourth, and a fifth. And even within this idea, I would still like an extension within this wave 5, because ideally this structure does look a lot more like a 5-wave move than a 3-wave move to the upside, which suggests that we should expect still continuation higher if this is indeed within the wave 5. And in that case, I could allow for a slightly closer area of support, but in the end, from this time frame perspective, it is heavily overlapping with what we have already for the wave 4 retracement in the white interpretation. Now, once we complete this correction, be it a wave B or a wave 4, doesn't really matter, we are looking for additional new all-time highs, but the structure differs, because in the yellow interpretation, I am looking to find a 5-wave structure to the upside, whereas in the white interpretation, I am expecting to find an ABC pattern to develop within the wave 5. And in that case, we can now shift to the shorter time frame, because this is about it from a larger time frame perspective. And here within the shorter time frame, to the downside, we seem to be attempting to create a 5th wave, yeah, where in this structure I am looking at this as an impulse that seems to be forming, and I will be tracking this as an initial wave A down. Now this could be within either interpretation, the white or the yellow, so we will be tracking it within a different color, because in either case we are looking for the same developments to the downside for the most part, at least in this initial structure. And yeah, if this ends up forming an initial wave A, we would be looking for a typical zigzag correction where we are expecting an ABC. So we will be tracking a relief rally, but then we are looking still for additional lows. Yeah, that is very, very likely. And as I was mentioning, we are tracking an impulse. It is possible for me to count 5 waves within the wave 1, 5 waves within the wave 2. We have a 3-wave pattern to the upside. So it is very likely that we will be seeing a continuation to the downside within this wave 5. Now, I'm not excluding the possibility of resetting here the wave 4 top. This could still extend, not a problem. But we would be looking generally for support, or sorry, for resistance in the area between the $66.6 level all the way up to the $70 level at the 50% retracement. And as long as we stay below that level, we are looking with high likelihood still for continuation to the downside. Now, if I were to guess, I would assume that we have already topped here within this wave 4 and that we could already be in the 5th wave to the downside, where we would be looking for an ending diagonal, it seems. And so far within this structure, it is kind of difficult to determine the exact count within it. I suppose this would be a wave 1, this would be a wave 2, and then I suppose an ABC could still unfold within the 3rd wave to the downside, and then we would need a 4th and a 5th also built by an ABC as well. And yeah, for now, we are still looking for lower. Once this pattern is complete, we can look for a larger retracement. But overall, the structure that I am looking at, that I'm tracking at the moment to develop within this area, is an ABC pattern that we can track here in the blue interpretation. And for now, I cannot give you other targets just yet that are too relevant. So yeah, for now, these are the levels. This is the trade setup. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, don't forget to subscribe and let me know what else you want me to cover, and I'll do my best to do that in the days and weeks ahead. And until then, I hope you have a nice day, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.